Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Fidelia Brett and this is Starting It with Fidelia Brett. So if you're thinking of starting a business or starting a career, then this is the channel for you. If this is the first time here, welcome. If you're returning, hello. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, turn on your notifications so that you can get more content around topics on business and careers. Today, all I just wanted to talk about was if you're thinking of consulting. If you're thinking of starting a consulting business, or if you're thinking of wanting to be a consultant, as a consultant in a consulting firm, then what do you sort of need to do? Well, the first thing basically is, what do you know? You have to sort of discover what it is that you know within you, what you're comfortable doing. If you're comfortable with using softwares, or if you just enjoy reading, or if you just enjoy whatever it is, researching, getting loads of information. You sort of need to know what it is that you enjoy doing so that you can then use that knowledge to then transact it into what can fetch you some money. So it could be in a non-profit organization, or it could be in an organization where you consult your services and get paid for your knowledge. So some of the things you need to consider if you want to be a consultant, ideally, is before you become a consultant, or if you want to register a consultancy firm, these are the few things that you need to consider. One, what certification do you currently have in this field that you want to venture into? So it could be like, let's say you are you wanted to go into the financial sector, or you want to go into IT. I'll probably use IT because IT is a sector that does use a lot of consulting firms, or use consultants as partners if they are going to implement a new software, or if they're going to look into doing a transformational program. They will tend to normally get consultants to come in and work with them so that they can get that project or that program going. So you as a consultant, what is it that you need to have to sort of stand out in the industry? So what certification do you need to have? So in IT is basically like, well, in the UK is you have to sort of have ITIL, and well, you could have a Prince 2 or a program, not necessarily a program, but a Prince 2 certification would help, and ITIL as well will help because it is very focused on information technology. So that's what's the kind of certification you need if you're going to go into the IT industry. Then the next question you're going to ask yourself is, am I qualified to be a consultant? Am I qualified enough for someone to pay me extra bit of money than them hiring a new staff or a new staff member to come in? Do I think I have that qualification to stand out, to be able to give this client more information than they will normally have if they have to hire someone to come in and start training that person? So you need to know that you're an expert in that subject, or in that area, or in that aspect that they will probably hire you to come in as a consultant. So like for me, my background is I'm a project manager, so I've got the qualification and I've got the experience and I've got the background for me to be able to stand out and say, yes, pay me this money, because I'll be able to guide you and I'll be able to manage the team to be able to deliver what we need to deliver, when we need to deliver it, how it needs to get delivered within a time frame and a budget. So then I consult my services out, I consult myself out, being paid based on that, because I know I've got that qualification. I can sit with anyone who is either just starting or someone who is high up the ladder, and I can give them direction on what they need to do and how they need to do it. And if we're having challenges, I sort of guide the team along the line on what they need to do. So that's how, if you've got that qualification, that's what you're literally going in there to do, because the people you're going to be working with don't have that experience, don't have that knowledge. That is the reason why they're going to pay you to come in and be a consultant. Then the third one is, am I organized enough to be a consultant? Can I plan my day? Can I plan other people's days? Can I plan a team? Can I be able to manage a team? Can I be able to manage a whole division if it's literally handed over to me, because of the position I'm going to come in as a consultant? That's what you need to be able to ask yourself, or be able to look and say, yes, managing my time. So if I start the day at, let's say, 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, what do I need to do on each hour or half an hour? Do I have meetings? Do I not have meetings? What is the plan that the team need to currently work on? Who needs to do what? When do they need to do it? Who do I need to get involved in if different stages? So that's how and what we mean by you planning your time, as well as planning other people's times, because you might have a deadline you need to meet. So you need to be able to manage your time and manage expectation, as well as manage the team you're going to be working with, manage your director's expectation, manage your CEO's expectation, manage your CFO's expectation, manage your COO's expectation. So you need to be able to plan and manage everyone's schedule, time, and expectation. Then the fourth one is, do you like networking? I know you'll be like, what has networking got to do with consulting? It does, because when you become a consultant, you have to network, you have to build contacts, you have to be able to get to know people in the industry that you're working with, or you might have worked with in the past. Even if you're not a consultant, so let's say you're someone who was full-time in a certain role, you need to have, of course, while working in that other role, you've known people, you've worked with people, and you've gotten details and contacts, and that is what networking is all about. But you now being a consultant, you have to keep building your skill set, you have to keep growing, so you have to sort of find other avenues or other platforms for you to promote yourself, for you to learn, for you to be able to get to the stage where you feel you've got into that level that you are still adding value, adding knowledge, and adding what you personally feel you can give to whichever organization you end up in, or future organizations you're going to move into. Because you might meet someone in a networking event, and that person can end up being your next colleague, or that person can end up being your next employer. So once you sort of get into the world of consulting, you have to constantly keep networking, keep being out there, keep going out and letting people know who you are and what you do. And that's how, as I said, you can get your next role, or you can get your next position through networking. Then the last one is having a long-term and short-term goal. So becoming a consultant, if your goals in time is probably you're just looking to do it for a few years, or do it for a few months, it's just having that goal set to say, okay, I only want to be a consultant probably for 5 years, or I only want to be a consultant for 2 years, or if I'm going to have to be a consultant independently, or am I going to be a consultant through an organization? Then those are the kind of things that you need to sort of have ideas and goals set. So if you sort of say that yes, you want to be independent, then you have a set plan to say, okay, this is how long I want to be a consultant for independently. Or most people normally, when they start consulting, they tend to go through organizations, i.e. like Accenture, because they're a consulting firm. So you go like through Accenture. So you could say to yourself, while I'm in Accenture, I want to learn as much as I can, gain all the knowledge, gain all the experience, gain the network, gain what I can while I'm in this organization. so that if I leave this organization, I can either go into another consulting organization or I can become independent. And then you give yourself that set goal and that set time frame to look at, so for you to probably say, yes, in 5 years time, I don't want to be in Accenture anymore. Or you can say, in 5 years, I still want to be in Accenture, but while I'm in Accenture, I want to sort of rise up the ladder. I don't just want to be a junior consultant. I want to be a senior consultant, or I want to be at the top of the game in this organization. So those are the kind of things that you'd plan when you start your consulting journey. So in essence, those are the little tips that you could use or have like a checklist and tick to say, yes, I've got this, yes, I've got that. If you don't have those, then, as I said, you could start in an organization that can train you to build yourself to become independent. So I'm going to recap again. So the first one is certification. Do I have the certification to become a consultant or start a consultancy business and become an independent consultant? Am I qualified enough to be able to give advice as a consultant to paying clients? The third one is, am I organized? Do I have a set plan to be able to plan myself, plan my day, plan other people's time, plan other people's expectation? Do I have that organizational skill set in me? Do I like to network? If it's not something I do, how can I improve it? So that is another area that we'll need to look into if you're looking into going to consulting as a business or as an independent person or through an organization. And the last and final one is, what are your long and short-term goals as a consultant or in a consultancy firm? So those are my 5 tips on starting a consultancy business or working in the consultancy field. I hope it's been helpful. I hope my few tips on consultancy has got you excited and wanting and making you think if that's something that you would want to do. If you want to build a career in consulting, or you want to start a business in consultancy based on the current skill set you currently have, and have that moved into a business. So I hope those 5 tips have been helpful on starting a consultancy business. If it has, please give us a thumbs up, press your icon, and if you want to see more videos and get more notification, subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you in next week's video. Bye.